All right, you are welcome to this. So let us get right into this. Let us analyze this gold market right now. So for some time now, gold has been bleeding so much. Okay, which means that gold has been selling massively to the downside. But regardless, I believe that it is giving us an opportunity to either sell or buy. Okay, but we need to work with our trading plan so that we can know what price is actually doing right now. So from 4 hour right now, we can see that um, price actually retested this demand zone. Okay, price retested this demand zone. Okay, price retested this demand zone. I want to view this so you can easily see it. Okay, so can you see that? So this is the recent break of structure at 4 hours, and right now price has actually retested that zone. So that is our first confluences. So right now we want to go down to our 15 minutes. Okay, but I think before I go to 15 minutes, let me just go down to the 1 hour so that we can see what price is actually doing right there. So I've already worked on this, but I'll just delete it anyways so that you will understand this very well. All right, so I'm still going to be working with my trading plan. So if you watch my previous video, rather, you would have seen where I reviewed my trading plan. Okay, from top to bottom. Okay, so right now we can see that this is the last. Okay, this is a recent break of structure at 1 hour, right? Break of structure to the downside, so it means that we have a let me say we have a supply zone around this zone, and we also have another supply zone around this zone. Okay, so after that we now go down to our 15 minutes. So right now at our 15 minutes we can still see clearly some uh, break of structure to the downside. Okay, so which means we have a break of structure here. Okay, we have a break of structure. After this break of structure, price actually tap into this demand zone, and after that we can see that price was actually rallying up to the upside. So since this is our recent break of structure to the downside, so it means that we have higher highs and higher low right there. So we want to see what price actually did right here, and it simply means that price has created a market shift. Yes, price has created a market shift because price has actually went all the way above this high. So it means that price has shifted from bearish to bullish. I don't know, maybe for a short time, I don't know, but we are still analyzing this. So right now, what is price doing? Okay, so and I can also see a minor break of structure to the downside. Okay, I think I should just copy this minor break of structure to the downside here. This is a minor break of structure. Okay, so after this we have a supply zone here. Okay, we have a supply zone here. So this 15 minute supply zone, okay, I think I should mark that up so that we can know the zones that we are working with. 15 minute supply zone. So for us to see clearly how price actually reacts to in this trend right here. So I'm going to go down to the 5 minutes to see what price is actually doing there. So after we have our market shift, 15 minutes market shift, you can see that price actually continuing to the upside, and after price we tested our 15 minutes supply zone, we can see that price once again created another market shift. Okay, so can you see that this is another market shift? So it simply means that price will be turning bearish in a short period of time right now. So what I'll be expecting price to do now is that which is our last confirmation. Okay, which will be our last confirmation is that I want price to come and retest this zone. Okay, I want price to come and retest this zone. Okay, so let me just mark that up, 5 minutes supply zone. And okay, this is 5 minutes supply zone, so I'm expecting price to come. So I'm expecting price to come all the way up here. Okay, and then we can look for our sell sell opportunity. Okay, so we want to right now we want to have more patience. Okay, we want to have more patience so that price will actually come to our entry point before we act. And another thing that we can actually consider in this trend is that we want to see price to come to our discount zone. Okay, so this from this middle here to this downward here is our premium zone. Now all the way up here is our discount zone. So price might not actually come all the way up to this 5 minutes supply zone. Okay, so let us manage our expectations. So let me just mark another supply zone here. Okay, so this is another supply zone. So we don't know which of this zone price is going to retest. Okay, we don't know which zones, but I'm still expecting that price will come at least at the middle of this. It should price have to tap into this internal 5 minutes supply zone. Okay, so and I will hope that after price tap into this 5 minutes supply zone, if we see our last confirmation, which is either engulfing candlestick or inverse pin bar. Okay, so if we get to see that, then or either way, I'm just going to enter the trade around that area. So let us see how price is going to react. I'm going to see you soon. All right, so price is kind of playing out with our strategy. So but actually I entered this trade yesterday night. Okay, so I entered this trade yesterday night, and this is not where my entry is supposed to be. Okay, but yesterday evening, what I was actually expecting is that price should come all the way up here. Okay, but the reason why I entered around there is that I observed that price creates a break of structure here. Okay, price creates a break of structure here. So this is the point at which I am supposed to have entered this trade and place my stop loss above this supply zone. So but currently because I could not enter at this zone here, so I actually waited for price to create a break of structure around it. So after price create the break of structure, I wait for a retest of this internal 5 minute supply zone. Then this is at the point I enter this trade. So um to overnight, like during the overnight, okay, price was actually coming to my direction, but right now we can see that price has retraced all the way back to my entry point. So I don't know. So right now, how what is price actually showing? Because my trading strategy, okay, my trading strategy is almost trading during the London session, and that is in the afternoon. So so I am supposed to trade during the London session in the afternoon, but right now I'm just trying to build the narrative of what price is actually doing right now. So let us see what price is doing, okay, by marking our break of structure. So we can see that price creates a break of structure here, okay.
price create a break of structure, which simply means that we have a demand, we have a supply zone around it. Okay, we have a supply zone around it. So right now, the stop loss that I have set is above this level, right? Is above this level, and the narrative of price right now is that price has come all the way up here again to retest this supply zone. So since price retest this supply zone, so I'm expecting price to actually respect this. I'm expecting price to respect this strategy because price has actually shifted from buying to selling because price actually creates a market shift around it. So that is the narrative price gave to me, that I was so confused that price is going to sell downwards. Okay. So but I don't want to make this video to be long. I don't want it to be long. So and just for me to prepare for the probabilities, okay, is that I don't know what price could do next. I don't know what price could do next, but I'm thinking that if price eventually, because this range right here, it will price can do two things. Okay, price can do two things. Price can price will for now consolidate. Exactly, price will for now consolidate around this zone. Okay, so if price is consolidating around this zone, so I will not expect price to actually come above this zone. Okay, I'm not expecting price to come above this zone because price we did not have a liquidity being built up around here. Okay, so since price has retested this 5 minute supply zone, okay, price has retested it already, it means that this zone is a protective high. Okay, or yeah, exactly, this high is a protective high, and that is why I set my stop loss above that zone. But we don't know what price is going to do. But I want to believe that since we have a break of structure here, price came down and retest this zone. Then price continued to have a break of structure and it retests this zone again. Then we should expect price to keep selling. Okay, we should expect price to keep selling. So let us see what price is going to do. Then we know if our strategy is working or not. We eventually lost this trade. Okay, so we eventually lost this trade. Yeah, and I actually feel it that I will lose this trade. Yes, and the reason is that after after price make this break of structure, price return to my entry, and the moment I realized that price refused to break this structure. Okay, so that is the point at which I knew that this trade will go to my stop loss. So currently price has come all the way up to let me go down to 1 hour. So price has come all the way down to this level here. So I believe that price has actually shifted from bearish to bullish right now. So in the next trade, in the next analysis, I'll be looking for buy setup, right? So it is what it is. We'll move on.